transmitter on the face of the earth.
What?
Runs.
It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it just sits there and runs.
And sits there and runs.
Yep.
These are when you come in to do a television station. This is a transmitter they're using here. These are individual modules for the because solid state transmitters. They don't make a transistor big enough they can handle a lot of power, and you got to have tons of them, like Frank had out there at his AM. And these drawers are just loaded with amplifier transistors, and they all add up together. His is not a big transmitter. I think he's only running like 410 watts on channel 10. And this is what I look at when I come in. Typically, I'll look at the GUI, and you can see. Yeah, he's running 0.4 kilowatts. It's around 400 watts. With no reflective, which is good. Now, you can't actually go by this. You have to look at it on some sort of external meter, and we'll talk to Kenny about that. And this is normally most stations will have an Agilent power meter. He's got a new unit. He's got a new unit here that he can actually use with a laptop that will plug into his mass filter, and that will actually show the forward power. And that, as an inspector, that's what you have to look at.
Since it's only plus 10, I'm gonna reduce it.
Oh yeah.
So put a 20 dB pad in there, and I hook it up to this directional coupler.
If you notice, he's actually looking at the port on the output of the mass filter, not the input. The other side is the input, this is the output. That will allow you to take advantage of any loss that might happen to be in this mass filter here. And so that's actually reading his forward power, 419 watts, and that's what I look at, or an inspector will look at to make sure. You can't go by the meter on the front of the transmitter because you can make that read whatever you want it to read, but that is an accurate reading right there, and it's calibrated. The Agilent power meter does the same thing. This is just a software version.
Reflective, I just swapped the termination over, and it'll give me a reflective reading.
Now, I know on the Agilent they recommend calibration at least once a year or so.
Yes.
How often do you have to calibrate
Well,
with
we
this?
just got this one, so it should be calibrated, I guess, within another year or so. We'll have to get it calibrated.
And of course, that's your power meter. Very similar to what we saw on the Agilent, but this is all software based.
The purpose of the mass filter, this is a single sideband, a vestigial sideband, and this just makes sure that you don't extend out over outside of your band. It cuts off the power so you don't interfere with somebody below you. How often do you actually check this and calibrate the GUI?
Once every 6 months or so.
If you don't see any change up there, you can pretty much figure that there's not any problem back here. Yeah. That's pretty stable, I suppose.
It's very stable, so it really has no variations at all, not even in the power supplies. They're all about the same.
Now back at your master control, you actually see that GUI at the master control, don't you? Okay, for all your stations. Okay.
It also has the monitoring. If it drops below 90%, it will give them an alarm at master control.
And that would be something that we check when we go out to do an inspection. You want to see the remote control functioning here at the transmitter site as well as the studio site to show that you have positive control back and forth and the calibrations have been done on a regular basis.
The commission requires that you have a way to turn the transmitter off in case it has a malfunction. They don't say you got to have a way to turn it back on, but you got to have a way to turn the transmitter off remotely in case it starts interfering or whatever.
But with the Ethernet connection that's on the transmitter itself, we have that capabilities. We can turn it off at master control. We did have at one time a phone line with a modem on it where we could actually have a second path to turn it off if we wanted to.
I love how your filter media, how y'all, for some reason I just like the filter.
It comes in rows.
Yeah, I was going to take a picture of the part number.
There's no part number. I just get this phone line.
To get
media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get everybody. Hey everybody, Bob wants to do a group picture on the steps. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we want to get a group picture on the steps out front. And round everybody up and get a group picture.
He said across the street.
Yeah.
Why you got this double screen right now?
Well, let's see here. Oh, that's front and back. Let's see. Now, let me go back to the camera.
I tried closing it all out. I can't get rid of that picture.
There we go. Okay, now the camera is right there. There you go. We're going to mention that. Good point. Yeah. EAS handbook. Yeah. Everybody out front.
Got to get them out of here.
I know. Yeah. How's this for a place? All right. Bob's gonna take a picture so everybody kind of group together.
He didn't realize they were doing $1 million and something more.
Now we can't reproduce.
Yeah, probably.
I'm getting in the back.
All right.
I was going to say, get the pretty girl in the front. We got to
Yeah.
have diversity here.